guys, welcome to the market commentary for today. Sorry if there's a bit of an echo, it's a different room that I'm in today. Let me just put the disclaimers up on the screen, so please read those. Now my name is Becky, for those that might not know. My email address is becky@tradictive.com. There's also support@tradictive.com, so you can email us on either one of those if you have any questions. Now there's also a different place you can go to, which is, she says, tradewithufos.com/Becky. On that link, you can get the apps that we use for different platforms, depending on which ones that you use. You can book one-on-one coaching if you'd like, and you can scroll down and you can ask questions in this public space, which is great because it means other people can then see the questions and see the answers. So we all learn from this place together. So ideally, that's where you'd post questions. Now, our 3D market commentary is a video that we do every day, Monday to Friday. And what we do is we send an email out every day, Monday to Friday, to our free members, which has information on 5 major world markets, looking at 3 different elements per market. And we do the 3D market commentary as a video to expand on it, give you a little bit more context. So what are the 3 elements that we look at per market? Now, the first thing is market climate. So what that means is, where do we have probabilities? Are the markets going up? Are they going down? Are they kind of going nowhere? Do they have probabilities for us to be buying, selling, or doing nothing? And we use an app to help us with this. In everything we do, we use technology to make it easier and to make it more objective. Same is true here. So we use an app called AutoClimate. AutoClimate is a free app on most platforms you can get it on. And what AutoClimate does is tell us where the probabilities lie. So if you ignore the lines and just focus on the dots, we could have a thick blue dot that tells us probability is upwards. We could have a thick red dot that tells us probability is downwards. Or we could have a thin dot of either colour that tells us probability is neither way. So we have a tool here that can help us figure out that first question. Where is the market is likely to go? Up, down, or nowhere? Then we want to know, if we're going to buy, where are we going to buy? If we're going to sell, where are we going to sell? And we do that by looking for unfilled orders. What that means is we want to know where are lots of buyers and where are lots of sellers. If we know where lots of buyers are, then we have a pretty good idea that price is likely to go up from there. The buy orders look like this. They're these little green UFOs, and it coincides with the prices on the right hand side, showing us between which prices we have buyers. So if price were to come down, it's going to hit a big stack of buyers and it's likely to go up from there. These sell orders are the same but reverse. They'd be on top of price and they would be in red. And those show us where we have sellers. Same thing, if price were to come up and hit the sellers, likely to fall down from there. So we want to know where they are. And again, we use an app to help us with it. Now the last thing we're going to look at is market volatility. Essentially, how quickly can we expect these markets to move? So we'll look at each of these elements per market, starting with the S&P 500, which is the top 500 US stocks. Now we're looking at a daily chart for each of these. So of course, everything we go through is relevant to daily timeframes, okay? So with the S&P, we have a confirmed upwards climate. That's a thick blue dot there, probability upwards. So what that tells us is that we have likelihood to the upside. Now, we also have buy orders beneath us at 4479.75 to 4436.25. So we've got buy orders underneath us and we've got probability to the upside with the climate. So overall probability up here with the S&P. Another thing is that usually this market would go up for 9 candles and we're on candle number 7. So we also do still have room to continue to move up based on what usually happens as well. So overall probability up here with the S&P. Now with volatility, we would expect that the S&P would move up or down within a year of 15.91%. So that means up or down in one day would be 45.52 points. In a week would be 100.21 points. And in a month would be 208.61 points up or down. So that's the S&P 500. Now moving on to the next market, it's going to be crude oil. Now as I load this, just have a look here about the courses that we offer. We do courses in stocks, futures, forex, backtesting, trading plans, psychology. So by all means check those out. You'll notice as well that a lot of them come with a 3-month complimentary access to the apps. Now, AutoClimate is a free app. On most platforms, you can get it on anyway. AutoUFOs is a paid-for app on a subscription basis. Now, you can subscribe directly for the AutoUFOs just by themselves. You don't have to do a course. Most of the time, though, it actually works out cheaper to get a course and get the apps for free for 3 months than it does to simply just get the apps. So check that out as well. So coming back to our chart, we are looking at crude oil, and we see we have a thick blue dot there. That's probability upwards, a confirmed upwards climate. We also have buy orders beneath us, 82.18 to 74.96. So again, buyers underneath us, climate pushing upwards, probability upwards. Now, one thing to be aware of is that usually crude oil goes up for 7 candles, and we're on candle number 23. So it has gone quite far past, more than 3 times past, what is usual in terms of a move to the upside. So we are overextended, but for the time being, still probability up here with oil. Now, when it comes to volatility, we would expect movement up or down in 1 year of 36.87%. So in 1 day, that's up or down of 1.96 points. In a week, it would be up or down of 4.32 points. And in a month, up or down of 9 points on crude oil. Now, next market is going to be gold. So let's take a look at gold. As it says here, we offer coaching and support. We do a bunch of coaching and support for free, so you can join us on many different platforms and watch us for free. We also have a closed coaching environment where you can join for a small monthly fee to get access to more of us, more of our time in a closed environment. So, taking a look at gold, we have a confirmed upwards climate, thick blue dot again, probability upwards. We have buy orders beneath us at 1786 to 1760.3. Now, a couple of things to bear in mind if I just squidge this down. So we've got probability upwards and we have buy orders beneath us. Those are 2 pointers pushing to the upside. Now, we do have sell orders just here at 1866 to 1804.4. We're just about to enter into them. They already pushed price down once and we're now coming back towards them. So we've got selling pressure in the way of that probability upwards. Now, usually gold would go up for 7 candles. We're on candle number 4, so it still has room to go up based on what usually happens, but we do have this selling pressure coming in here, which might change things. So bear that in mind. Overall, if you had to call it, would be probability upwards. Now, in terms of volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year on gold of 15.74%. So in 1 day, that's 17.85 points up or down. In a week is 39.29 points up or down. And in a month is 81.79 points up or down. So that's gold. Overall, if we had to call it, slightly probability up with some selling pressure in the way to be aware of. Now, notice, by the way, that I use terms such as probability, statistically, likely. I would never say anything like guaranteed or 100%. We never know what's going to happen in the markets. We can go with where we have probabilities. It makes more sense to do that than it would be to just pick at random what we do, but we still don't know 100% what's going to happen. So we always need to make sure we manage our risk and do as many things as we can to increase that probability. So when it comes to the next market, we have the US dollar. And with the US dollar, oh, I didn't change the chart, so let's put that up. With the US dollar, we actually have it just gone to an unconfirmed climate. So it says here, confirmed down. It's actually just gone to unconfirmed. It's a thin dot. So that tells us not really sure what it's doing. It was going down. It was confirmed down for a few candles there. We can see that. We had movement down. But recently it's come back and maybe it's not too sure what it's doing. So when the climate's not sure what it's doing, that means we're not sure what we're doing, which means change timeframes, change market. No need to trade something where we don't have clear probabilities. Now, one of the reasons why this has turned around is because we've got buy orders right here between 93.495 to 93.195. Price came in, hit the buyers, came out. Came back down, hit the buyers, came out. That's why we want to know where buy orders are, because they push price up. So if we know where we are, where they are, then we have a much better understanding of where we should be buying as well. So overall unconfirmed there with the US dollar. When it comes to volatility, we would expect the US dollar to move up or down in 1 year of 4.9%. So in a day, that's 0.29 points up or down. In a week is 0.64 points up or down. And in a month, 1.33 points up or down. that's the US dollar. Now moving on to the last market, which is backed Bitcoin. Let's have a look here. So with backed Bitcoin, we have confirmed probability upwards, thick blue dot, probability to the upside. We also have buy orders beneath us at 58,347.5 to 53,860. That's where we have buyers and no sellers above us. So again, probability there to the upside with Bitcoin. Now in terms of volatility, we would expect that the market would move up or down in 1 year of 85.91%. So in a day, that's 3,422.44 up or down. In a week, 7,534.14. And in a month, 15,683.57. So again, that's what we expect in terms of movement up or down within those given periods of time. So we've now looked at each of our 5 markets. For each of them, we've looked at market climate, using our app here, AutoClimate, to tell us where the probabilities lie. We either had a blue dot, thick blue dot that told us probability was up, or we had a thick red dot that told us probability was down, or we had a thin dot of either colour that told us probability was nowhere. So we got a better idea of whether or not we should be buying, selling, or doing nothing in these markets. We then looked at buy and sell UFOs, unfilled orders. Where do we have buyers and where do we potentially have sellers that could push price up or down respectively? And we looked at volatility, how quickly we expect the markets to move. So last things last, or last thing, what's the word? There's a phrase. Anyway, we should look at the last thing as well, which is our weekly economic calendar. And from here, we can go to fxstreet.com/economic-calendar if you want to go in and play around with the filters. What we've done is we've filtered by high impact news, which means we want to know what news reports are scheduled to come out that might increase volatility on these markets. So today being Monday, we actually have nothing coming out today that could affect these markets that we know of that's scheduled. Now, we do have tomorrow, later on in the evening, US time, we'd have some news that might affect the Australian market. So if you trade in the Australian markets, including the Australian dollar, be aware of that. Otherwise, nothing for today really, or tomorrow, not much coming out. Now, just to remind you, if you have any questions, you can go to tradewithufos.com/Becky. From here, you can get the apps if you want to just subscribe directly to them. You can book one-on-one coaching if you'd like to do that with me, or you can post a question here, which means I can then answer it there. Everybody learns from this space and everybody can use this as an educational tool. If you have any questions that you're uncomfortable asking here, you can email me, always happy to help. That's becky@tradictive.com. Okay guys, so hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you guys have a great trading week ahead of you, and I will be back on Thursday for the next market commentary. My colleague Bo will be taking it tomorrow and Wednesday. So see you guys soon and take care. Bye-bye.